So this is chemistry class number 72. We are going to continue the coordination compounds. In the last class we have completed up to oxidation number of central metal atom or ion. So completed up to this, that is oxidation number of central metal atom or ion. The oxidation number of central metal atom is nothing but the charge present on the central metal atom, and it is calculated as a sum of the oxidation number of all the elements present in the complex, which is equated to the charge present on the complex ions. So for example, that is Cu NH3 4 times 2 plus. The oxidation number of copper is equal to, generally it is 2, we know that is. But here, how do you obtain? So this is X, that is X, or that is X plus this is 0. You see, oxidation number of neutral molecules also taken to be 0. So that will be equal to 2, you see, plus 2. So therefore, oxidation number of copper is X. This is X plus 0, you see. So therefore, X plus 0 is equal to 2. So therefore, X is equal to 2. So therefore, oxidation number of copper is Cu2 plus. That is how we can write the oxidation number of copper is taken to be plus 2. So okay, so that is the oxidation number of central metal atom or ion. So after that, you see, let me take different types of complexes here. You see, cation complexes. Cation complexes. What are cation complexes? So cationic complexes or cationic coordination compounds, whatever we call. That is, cationic complexes are nothing but the that is coordination compounds or the complexes which contains positively charged cation, positively charged complex ion. You see, cationic complexes are nothing but the complexes which contains positively charged complex ion. Complex ion should be positively charged. Then it is called the cation. Cation complexes are nothing but the complexes which involves positively charged complex ion. For example is cupramonium sulfate, CuNH3 4 times SO4. So this compound is called the cupramonium sulfate. Cupramonium sulfate. In the cupramonium sulfate, so which is the complex ion, that is positively charged complex ion. If it that is decompose this in the aqueous medium, you will be getting CuNH3 4 times 2 plus ion plus SO4 2 minus. So this is called the cation complex. Cation complexes are nothing but the complexes which contains positively charged complex ion. This is cupramonium ion. So this is how you can write the examples for cation complexes. Many number of complexes you can have. So that is, after that you see, it is what are anion complexes. So anion complexes are nothing but the complexes as usual in which they contain negatively charged complex ion, which contains negatively charged complex ion. So that means, what are anion complexes? These are the complexes which contains negatively charged complex ion. So which is the negatively charged complex ion? For example, you see, so there is A4FeCN6. This is cupramonium sulfate. When this potassium ferrocyanide. When this potassium ferrocyanide in the aqueous medium, you will be getting, that is FeCN6 4 minus plus that is 4K plus. So this is anion complex. This is a ferrocyanide ion. So therefore it is called anion complex. Anion complexes are nothing but the complexes which contains negatively charged complex ions. Which is the anion complex? This is the anion complex. Potassium ferrocyanide is anion complex which contains the ferrocyanide ion as negatively charged complex ion. Even if you take that is K3FeCN6, K3FeCN6, that is your potassium ferricyanide. It will gives you, that is FeCN6 3 minus ion, which is called ferricyanide ion, plus 3K plus. So therefore ferrocyanide ion ferrous iron ion. These are called the anionic that is negatively charged complex ions, which are present in negatively charged complexes. You see. Therefore, they are called the anionic complexes, which contains negatively charged complex ion. What are cationic complexes? These are the complexes which contains positively charged complex ions. Okay, this is how we can explain cationic complexes and anionic complexes. So after this, you see some more terms are there in the coordination compounds. So after this, let me take homoleptic complexes, homoleptic and heteroleptic complexes, homoleptic and heteroleptic complexes. So let me take homoleptic and heteroleptic complexes. So these are the complexes. Homoleptic and heteroleptic complexes are nothing but the complexes in which you see. So if you take for example first one, homoleptic complex. So these homoleptic complexes are nothing but the complexes in which the central metal atom or ion is surrounded by the similar type of ligands, which contains similar type of ligands. Same ligands are present. For example, Cu2+, it is attached with 4 NH3, that is NH3 and NH3. Okay. So and here we see, if you take this is Cu2+, of course, that is ypiromonium ion. In this ion you see, so that is Cu2+ ion, central metal ion is surrounded by 4 ammonia ligands, 4 ammonia neutral molecules. So these molecules are called the ligands, of course. So that is ammonia is called the ligand, and Cu2+ is called the central metal ion. Central metal ion. Cu2+ is ion, of course. So therefore you see, ammonia molecules are called the ligands. Cu2+ is called the central metal atom. Here, what are homoleptic complexes? The complexes which contains the similar type of ligands which are attached to the central metal atom. Homoleptic complexes are nothing but the complexes in which the central metal atom in those complexes, the central metal atom are surrounded by the similar type of ligands. So that is called the homoleptic complexes. So that is the CuNH3 4 times 2+, that is ypiromonium sulfate. Here also CuNH3 4 times SO4, ypiromonium sulfate. Even K4FeCl6, you see, K4FeCl6. So all the ligands are Cl6, you see, there is no other ligands here. Or even K3FeCl6, potassium ferricyanide, K3FeCl6. So all these ligands are same, you see, 4 ammonia ligands, 6 ligands, here are 6 cyanide ligands. But in some complexes, if you take platinum, that is NH3 by Cl2. So this complex is called the diamine dichlorido platinum 2 complex. That is EPSM for that complex is diamine dichlorido platinum 2 complex. But how do you say that heteroleptic? It is heteroleptic complex. Heteroleptic complexes are nothing but the complexes in which the central metal atom or ion is surrounded by different type of ligands. Different type of ligands means if we take this one, that is Pp. Okay. So 2 fluorido ligands are there, Cl2. 2 amine ligands are there, NH3, NH3. So these lone pair of electrons are being donated by these ligands to the central metal atom. Therefore, you have to write the arrow mark from donors to acceptor. Which one accept the electron pairs? Platinum. Which that is a species gives the electron pairs? Ligands. This Cl is nothing but the ligand. This Cl also ligand. Ammonia ligand. These molecules will donate the electron pairs to the central metal atom. Therefore, here you see the platinum is associated with, platinum atom is associated with, you see, that is 1 type of ligands, 2 chlorine atoms, 2 amine ligands, you see, ammonia molecules are ligands. And here you see, so 2 different ligands are present, you see, which are attached to the central metal atom. Therefore, they are called the heterolytic complexes. Therefore, you see, what are heterolytic complexes? These are the complexes in which the central metal atom or ion is surrounded by 2 or more different types of ligands. attached to the central metal atom. So that is heteroelectric. This is homoelectric. Here also there is Fe4, Fe6, FeCl6, Fe. 2 plus is associated with 6Cl minus 6, same thing. Cl6 here also 6 cyanide ligands are associated with Fe2, 3 plus same type of ligands. If same type of ligands are attached to the central metal atom, they are called the homoelectric complexes. If the different types of ligands are attached to the central metal atom or ion, they are called the heteroelectric complexes. Okay, so that is how we can explain the homoelectric as well as heteroelectric complexes. So next, after this, let us take the next concept, which is nothing but we see ligands now. Ligands and their types. Ligand and their types of ligands and their types. Ligands and their types. So how actually we can explain the ligands and their types? You see, I already told that you see that is the central metal atom Cu2 plus 4 amine molecules are attached to the central metal atom. You see that is NH3. So these these molecules, these ammonia molecules donate that is the electron pairs to the central metal ion, which is Cu2 plus. Here these ammonia molecules acts as ligands which can donate the electron pairs. Ligands, that is electron pair donors. So and Cu2 plus is central metal ion. So therefore, what is a ligand? Ligand is nothing but the ions or neutral molecules. These are the species. Species may be ions or neutral molecules. Ions means it may be positively charged or negatively charged. Ions means you know that two types of charges are there, positively and negatively charged. So therefore, ligands are nothing but the ions. These are nothing but the ions or the molecules which are attached to the central metal atom in different arrangements and which are capable of donating the electron pairs to the central metal atom. So those are called ligands. Ligands are nothing but the ions or neutral molecules which are attached to the central metal atom, which are capable of donating electron pairs to the central metal atom. So therefore they are called ligands. That is electron pair donors. So for this reason, you see, from the ligands to the acceptor, we are going to write the arrow mark from ligand to the that is central metal atom. That means ligand is donor and central metal atom or ion is what? Acceptor. So that is how you can explain the ligands. So therefore, we come to the conclusion that ligands are nothing but the species, that is ionic species or molecules, that is ions or molecules. These are nothing but the negatively charged or positively charged ions or molecules. Molecules means you see neutral molecules are also there. So which are attached to the central metal atom and they are capable of donating the one or many number of lone pair of electrons. You see. So these that is ligands can donate one pair of electrons or two pairs of electrons or three pairs. That means many number of electron pairs can also be donated to the central metal atom. So we will come to that types afterwards. You see. So now what is a ligand? Ligand is a molecule, neutral molecule or molecule or ion which is capable of donating the electron pair to the central metal atom to form the coordinate bonds with the central metal atoms. To form the coordinate bond with the central metal atom. After that, we see we will come to the types of ligands, types of ligands and their types. So ligands are classified into different types. You see. So that means depending upon whether it can donate one lone pair of electron, two lone pair of electrons, three lone pair of electrons, or many number of pair of electrons. So therefore, they are called the monodentate ligands. And it is also called the unidentate. Unidentate or monodentate ligand. Second one is that is bidentate or bidentate. Third one tridentate. And finally it is polydentate. Polydentate. So that means monodentate ligands are nothing but the ligands which can donate only one lone pair of electrons to the central metal atom. Why it can donate only one lone pair of electrons to the central metal atom? One reason is there, you see, because this molecule or this monodentate, this ligand will contain only one ligating atom. Ligating atom. Remember what is ligating atom? Ligating atom is nothing but the atom which is present in the ligand. What is ligating atom? It is the atom which is present in the ligand, which is capable of donating the electron pair. Not all the atoms you see. So remember, not all the atoms which are present in the ligand molecule will donate the electron pairs to the central metal atom. So that means only one or two ligating atoms are present in the ligand, which are capable of donating the electron pairs to the central metal atom. So therefore, you see, depending upon the donation of the electron pairs, whether it donates one pair of electrons, two pairs of electrons, or three pairs of electrons, monodentate, bidentate, tridentate ligands are polydentate. So if the ligand donates only one lone pair of electrons to the central metal atom, it is called the unidentate or monodentate ligand because it contains only one ligating atom. If the ligand donates two lone pair of electrons, it is called the bidentate ligand. Bidentate because it contains two ligating atoms. What is a bidentate ligand? Bidentate ligand is a ligand which can donate two lone pair of electrons to the central metal atom because it donates two lone pair of electrons. Because it contains two ligating atoms, it can donate two lone pair of electrons. Next, what is a tridentate ligand? It is a ligand which can donate three lone pair of electrons to the central metal atom. Why? Because it contains how many ligating atoms? Three ligating atoms are present in the same ligand. So therefore, it is called the tridentate ligand. So after tetra, etc., they are also called the polydentate. After bidentate, see, tridentate, tetradentate, hexadentate, pentadentate, all these are called the polydentate ligands. That means you see, polydentate ligands are nothing but the ligands which are capable of donating the electron pairs, which are capable of donating many number of electron pairs to the central metal atom because it contains many number of ligating atoms. Many number of ligating atoms it contains. So that means what are polydentate ligands? These are nothing but the ligands which are capable of donating many number of ligating atoms. Many number of ligating atoms which are capable of donating many number of lone pair of electrons because they contain many number of ligating atoms. So that means what are polydentate ligands? These are nothing but the ligands which are capable of donating many number of electron pairs to the central metal atom or ion because they contain many number of ligating atoms. Remember, so that is why they are called the polydentate ligands. Let us see some of the examples for monodentate, bidentate, tridentate, polydentate ligands. Then we will you are able to recognize the how actually they will donate the electron pairs and how many number of ligating atoms present in them. We will come to that case. So now let me take monodentate ligands first. Monodentate ligands. Monodentate ligands are nothing but the ligands which are capable of donating only one lone pair of electrons to the central metal atom because it contains only one ligating atom. That is the definition. So these monodentate ligands are further classified into positively charged monodentate, negatively charged monodentate, and neutral monodentate ligands. Monodentate ligands are further classified into how many classes? 3 classes. Monodentate positively, monodentate that is negatively charged, monodentate that is neutral ligands. Neutral ligands. So now let me take that is positively charged monodentate first. Positively charged monodentate ligands. Monodentate. So positively charged monodentate ligands are nothing but the ligands which contains positive charge on their ligands. You see, that is NO2 plus. If you take NO2 plus, it is nitronium ions. Nitronium ion. It acts as a lone pair of electrons. And then NO plus, nitrosonium ion. So it acts as a monodentate ligand. So next, NH2 single bond NH3 plus. So it is called hydrazinium ion. So these are nothing but the positively charged monodentate. Positively charged. So next, coming to the negatively charged now. negatively charged monodentate. Negatively charged monodentate. We have many number of ligands for negatively charged. You see, let me write. That is Cl minus. Don't pair of characters. So it is called the chlorido ligand. You see, chlorido. CHLO. Chlorido ligand. Cl minus. Br minus. Bromido ligand. Okay. I minus, if you take I minus, it is called iodido ligand. Remember. Next, Cl minus, cyanido ligand. Next, SO4 2 minus, sulfato ligand. Sulfato ligand. CO3 2 minus, carbonato ligand. Okay, and then NO2 minus, nitro ligand. So one more is there, ONO minus, that is low pair of electrons by oxygen. Here nitrogen atom can get nitro N. It is called nitro N. It is called nitrito N. So here nitrogen atom can donate the electron pair. Here oxygen atom can donate the electron pair. So therefore these are called the ambidentate ligands. We will come to that after that. Ambidentate ligands. So what are ambidentate ligands? Ambidentate ligands are nothing but the ligands in which the same ligand can donate the electron pairs through two different atoms. You see, N nitrogen atom only one, oxygen atoms two. NO2, one nitrogen atom, two oxygen atoms. Here also one nitrogen atom, two oxygen atoms. But arrangement is different. You see, this is NO2 minus, that is N can donate the electron, therefore it is called the nitro N ligand. Here nitrito O. Here the oxygen atom can donate the electron pair, so therefore it is called the nitrito O oxygen atom. Oxygen atom can donate the electron pair, nitrogen atom can donate the electron pair here. So that means it is in the same ligand, that is different atoms can donate the electron pairs through different two different atoms. You see, therefore it is called the ambidentate ligands. You see these are. So some more examples we have, that is Cn minus. This is called the cyanido ligand. Cyanido carbon atom. So Nc minus, this is isocyanide. That is N. So here carbon atom can donate the electron, here nitrogen atom can donate the electron. Cyanido C, isocyanide N. And SCN minus, cyanato ligand. Yes, can donate the electron. That NCS minus, here nitrogen atom. You see, that is thiocyanate. So it means isothiocyanate. That is N. So here, so this nitrogen can donate the electron pair. Here sulfur can donate the electron pair. So this is how we have, that is ambidentate ligands. So these are called the ambidentate ligands. These are the ligands which can donate the electron pairs through different atoms. You see in the same molecule, CnNc. Same, but here carbon can donate, here nitrogen can donate. So that those are called the ambidentate ligands also. So after that we see, so these are the monodentate, that is negatively charged, that is monodentate ligands. So next coming to the neutral ligands. Neutral ligands. After ambidentate, will switch on to the that is neutral monodentate ligands. Neutral monodentate. Monodentate. Neutral monodentate means, you see, that is ammonia, NH3, those are electrons, you see, and then H2O, that is aqua. So it is amine ligand, you see, amine ligand. It is called the aqua ligand, and then CO, carbonyl ligand. So that is amine ligand, aqua ligand, carbonyl ligand. So this is how we can give some examples for neutral monodentate ligands. Neutral monodentate ligands. So next, so that is we will completed the monodentate ligands, that is monodentate positively charged, monodentate negatively charged, and monodentate that is neutral ligands. After this, let me take the bidentate ligands. First, bidentate ligands. So what are bidentate ligands? Bidentate ligands are nothing but the ligands which can donate two lone pair of electrons. How many? Two lone pair of electrons to the central metal atom. Two lone pair of electrons to the central metal atom. So that is bidentate ligands are nothing but the ligands which can donate two lone pair of electrons to the central metal atom. So that is because they contains two that is ligating atoms. They contain two ligating atoms. Okay. So let me give only one example. So that is bidentate ligands. You know that you see oxalato ligand or ion. Oxalato. So oxalato means you can take oxalic acid, COOH, single bond COOH. So this is oxalic acid. If you remove this hydrogen atom, this hydrogen, you will be getting CO minus. So this oxygen atom, here you see lone pair of electrons, it has another lone pair of electron is present on the oxygen atom. So therefore, this is called the oxalato ligand or oxalato ion. It is also written as C double bond O single bond O minus, C double bond O single bond O minus. It is also we can write this type of the structure for this also. That is oxalato ligand. Okay, that is bidentate ligand because it contains it donates two lone pair of electrons to two oxygen atoms. So therefore, it contains two ligating atoms, two oxygen atoms as ligating atoms. Therefore, it is a bidentate ligand. Next, ethylene diamine. What is ethylene diamine? You know the formula for ethylene. What is ethylene? CH2 double bond what? Di means two. Amine NH2. Here NH2. Here also you can write NH2. Okay. So this is NH2. And you can the lone pair of electrons are donated by two nitrogen atoms towards this. You see, we can remove this. That is a double bond, a single bond. Therefore, this is one lone pair of electron donated by this amine ligand. This is one lone pair of electron donated by this another amine ligand. Therefore, it is a bidentate ligand. Bidentate ligand. So it is ethylene diamine. Okay. So that completes the bidentate ligands. We will continue in the next video.